After 9 matches out with a fractured cheekbone, Ryan Giggs is welcomed back into the Manchester United fold today. Giggs was one of the candidates to succeed Roy Keane as captain. The man given that honour, Gary Neville, isn't in the 16. A slight thigh injury sees him save for the Champions League game against Benfica on Wednesday. Harry Redknapp will find plenty of familiar faces if, as expected, he returns to Portsmouth next week. If Richard Hughes had been fit, the majority of the team today would have been Redknapp signings. But Hughes has tonsillitis, so his replacement John Fiafara's presence means that of the starting 11, 5 were brought in by Alan Perrin, 5 by Redknapp, and Gary O'Neill's association with the club goes back beyond both. Griffin under pressure from Park. But Park didn't give up on it, and it pays off as he finds Rooney. And Nistelrooy shot in the end, and Ashdown for a moment looks set to spill at the feet of Scholes.
It's a snapshot, isn't it, from the edge of the box. And great foraging, really, by Park. That's the type of thing that he's in this side for, really. Never gives defenders a moment's peace.
Here's Park, now Rooney. This is Brown. Around the back is Ryan Giggs. And here's O'Shea. Rooney waited for O'Neill to commit himself and goes on! Blazes it just wide.
Oh, terrific passage of play, wasn't it, from the home side? Great possession. Portsmouth got slightly fortunate, really, when the strike from Giggs maybe hit the post, or certainly decent save from the goalkeeper, and then finally Rooney on the edge of the box. That's what I was saying earlier, you can't give him this time and room.
Item these days, isn't it? Paul Scholes scoring. I have to say, as well as Portsmouth have dug in the early part of this game, this is awful marking. You know, you work on set pieces during the week and you know which player is designated to pick up the opposition. And Stevanovic seems to catch Scholes in a position where he feels that he shouldn't really be marking him. In the end, he has to do a job, doesn't get anywhere near him. No one on the post to maybe clear what would have been that chance to defend. But Paul Scholes, who has had a massively lean spell for him this season.
Never got an easy time when you're a centre-back against Joe Jordan.
Here's Rooney, Van Nistelrooy's onside!
Good goalkeeping, good goalkeeping. Big suspicion of offside, although Portsmouth defenders haven't gone and remonstrated with the linesman. Looks as if Andy Griffin is playing Van Nistelrooy onside, but that's terrific goalkeeping because he got out very early at the feet of Ruud Van Nistelrooy.
Half-time, and Paul Scholes' barren goal-scoring run is over. After 22 games without one, he headed a 20th minute corner into the net today. Inquest in the Portsmouth defence about how he was allowed the freedom for that header, but it might have been worse for Pompey at half-time had Ruud Van Nistelrooy been able to convert a second, but he was denied at close range by a very good save from Jamie Ashdown. So at half-time it is Manchester United 1, Portsmouth 0. And with United's Champions League future in the balance and the game against Benfica coming up, Sir Alex Ferguson taking John O'Shea off at half-time and sending on in his place Kieran Richardson, whose last Premiership goal was against Portsmouth, although not in the colours of Manchester United. It was the one that in the end ensured that West Bromwich Albion's great escape was completed during his loan spell there last season. No changes of personnel at half-time for Portsmouth, whose 2 matches under the caretaker charge of Joe Jordan have been against Chelsea and against Manchester United. I wouldn't say it, but I'm sure he might be thinking Milan Mandrić might have picked a better time to dispense with the services of Alan Perrin.
I can certainly understand the change that Manchester United have made, if it is a tactical one, Rob, because United have had a lot of possession.
And Loire has tried to play Taylor in, and that could have been just the sort of start that Portsmouth wanted in the second half. Park. Richardson. Here's Scholes. Van Nistelrooy, Rooney!
I think he's just been slightly off the mark as far as his general game today, Wayne Rooney. Such are the expectations of this boy, you really do expect him to test the goalkeeper from situations like that. Goal against Newcastle United last year springs to mind when he took it on the volley and planted a strike past Shea Given.
Manchester United are going to make a change that they hope will bring the necessary spark. Ryan Giggs is coming off. And George Best wore a few shirts in his time at Manchester United, but the one with which he was associated was number 7.
Ronaldo on the right. Certainly some great attacking prowess on the field now for United. Can they turn that into goals?
Here's Sahar. Playing Van Nistelrooy, Rooney! Surely settles it. His usual deadly instinct, and he finds the bottom corner.
Well, they get a little bit lucky. Manchester United, maybe they deserve it with the amount of possession and attempts that they've had. And poor Andy Griffin, who really just slid in here, trying to divert the danger. And just thinks he's covering the situation as Van Nistelrooy tries to get into the channel, looking for the ball from Zaha, and then Rooney just following up here. He takes a gamble, he gets his reward, but what a terrific finish. It really was. He hasn't got an awful lot to aim at here, but he finds that bottom corner with unerring accuracy.
The indications do seem to be that Milan Mandaric is set to reappoint the man who left exactly a year before Alan Perrin was sacked. Van Nistelrooy! Yes!
What a finish. What a finish. I must admit, when I first saw it, I thought, is there a sneaking suspicion he might have strayed offside, but Ronaldo once more. He has really brought the game to life with his ability and his awareness. And once he gets into this situation, maybe Van Nistelrooy just stays onside, but what a delightful little chip over the goalkeeper. Ashdown, very similar to what he did in the first half. He tries to close down Van Nistelrooy quickly and make it very difficult for the United striker, but absolute audacious flick by Manchester United's number 10.
Started on a sombre note for Sir Alec Ferguson with his attendance of George Best's funeral in Belfast. Ends in more uplifting circumstances with this latest Premiership win. The breakthrough coming against Portsmouth inside 20 minutes thanks to Paul Scholes' header, ending a 22-match barren scoring run. And 2 goals in the last 10 minutes rounding it off, an instinctive strike from Wayne Rooney and a really cute finish at the end from Ruud van Nistelrooy. But Cristiano Ronaldo came on and really influenced things heavily, in stark contrast to the substitute that Portsmouth sent on, hoping to turn things around for them, Laurent Robert. So their search for a new manager, they hope, will end next week, in the early part of it, because they need to get their problems sorted out pretty quickly. But Manchester United back to within 10 points of Chelsea. Manchester United 3, Portsmouth 0.